Hi everyone, Michelle Fixit here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys creative strategies on kind of working with what you have when it comes to building, replacing, or altering your fence. So come with me and you shall see interesting things that you can do when you're having to upgrade your fence or put in a new fence. Let's see it. So first off, if you're going to go with a wooden fence like this, then if you have scraps left over, what you can do is you can actually use these scraps and put them on your 2x4s that are supporting the wood fence pieces. So this is a nice little shelf for the future. You have one on the bottom as well, you have one on the top, and it's fantastic because now you have a shelf within your fence. And so this is for one that's put sideways, and what you can also do is if you have them and they're this way, you can go and get the pieces of fencing and do the same thing here and just have nice little shelves. And if you have a tree that's in here, you can kind of work around that tree. You don't have to always take out a tree. There's no reason to always take out trees. They offer so many different things, and you know, there's shade. This one has ivy on it. I'm going to be doing some research and seeing what kind of things we can do for the tree. But I mean, look at all of that shelter from the sun that you get, that shade and everything. This is fantastic. So you kind of work with the design and you can make it, you know, look a little, oop, there's one of those lantern bugs. But just make some notches for the wood that's going across, and it really stabilizes everything too. I mean, you can see that's really solid. And that way you're working with the tree, you don't have to remove it, and then, you know, your fence is good. You just kind of make a little cutout for it. All things are possible if you just like think on it for a little while. So same thing over here, you know, you just have like little patching and stuff. As there's different regulations, then it's just like being a good person. Don't take the trees out. And we have another little shelf here. This one still has the dog ear portion of it on there. And these are just pieces, and they're very inexpensive. And you just add them on to your existing fence, and then boom, bang, now you have more usefulness. So you have shelves out here, so you can have a little garden, have all different kinds of things going on. Now, the interesting thing is, what do you do if you're not really wanting to dig out, like say you had a chain link fence and now you want to upgrade this fence and you want it to be a wooden fence because like aesthetically, privacy, all these different things, that's the better choice for you. Well, you can work with what you have available. So working with what you have available this is clearly pre-existing equipment right here, okay? So this was original chain link fence, and this is like, we're talking old. I mean, look at how thick that metal is. This is fantastic. So this is actually one of those long runners that you would typically use on the top for the chain link fence. And the diameter works well with the pre-existing equipment. So you can shove that guy in there. I think this guy is like either a 10 or a 12 footer, something like that. Probably a 10. I think it's a 10. So you can put this in here. If you want to add additional stuff to it to secure it, go for it. But they actually make pieces of metal that like are adjustable to be able to adhere 2x4s in with a wooden fence when you're going from like a chain link fence. Those things are like $3, $5, $6 a piece, something like that. So a little bit of creative thinking is if you head over to electrical, you can actually get these guys, and if you measure your diameter for your pipe, then you can go ahead and purchase the ones that are already the size of your pipe, and you can double up on them. You can do whatever you want to do with this. But say this one is, what is this one? This one is a 1.5. So the 1.5 fits perfectly with this pre-existing chain link fence pole, support pole. And if you go up, this one, I think this one is like 1.25 inches or 1 inch. And this one works well with that runner that you would put. It is 1 inch. This one says inch right here. So this one fits perfectly with that runner that you would normally be using for the top of the chain link fence. So then you just buy the different sets. I think these come in a 4-pack for like $2. Don't quote me on that, but it's something similar to that. And I think these are in a 2-pack for $2 or $3, something like that. And look, so now you can use your pre-existing equipment. If you want to, you can chop this down. If you don't want to chop it down, then what you can do, and the reason why it's been left like this, is because those nice little lights, I can dangle a light from there all the way to the tree or to the tops of the 4x4s. There's so many different things that I can do with this. And then again, utilize the shelves. This one is a flat runner because that's what was required here. So we just did a nice little shelf. It's fantastic. You know, have extra little butting ends like this to kind of support it. And then if you really want to get like cottagey, then if you have little remnants from pieces that you've cut, you can just kind of like stick them on here and just work with it. And again, you know, you might end up with like a little bit of a crooked fence, but look at this nice tree. Has all this foliage, offers all of this shade, ivy, all different types of things, and you can work with that bend and just go ahead and do the fence. It's fantastic. Another thing that I really super appreciate, whenever like fence stuff is happening is if you use screws in a fence, because then like say a truck hits the fence or something like that, like just nicks it, you're gonna have to pry out your what is it, dog ear stuff. Hey, give me 1 second, I'm doing a video. Oh, sorry. It's okay, give me 1 sec. So if you're utilizing the dog ear stuff and somebody like knocks it over, then you can just zip, pull it out, put a new one in, and it's great. It's done. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys is there's creative solutions for every type of problem that you could encounter, and just utilize what you have available. You don't have to be super fancy. You just have to have a little bit of knowledge and a starting point on it. So you guys like and subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye!